sometimes when you do your oversight, you get a change in behavior. And I'll give you a great example. I got a letter last August from Mark Zuckerberg, and he sent me the letter, and he said in that letter to our committee that the Biden administration pressured us to censor. We did it. We're sorry. We won't do it anymore. And they've subsequently now changed behavior, changed their format, went away from the fact checkers, these independent experts who are so much smarter than,
Yes.
really like me. So they made a change. And of course, we think we put GARM out of business, who was coming after
Sure. Yeah.
websites like you and outlets like you. We put them out of business. So I do think we had a huge impact on the, as we talked about earlier, the censorship industrial complex, simply by doing our oversight. I tell people, you know why Mark Zuckerberg finished the letter? Because we had deposed 12 people from Meta, and Mark Zuckerberg didn't want to be the 13th. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to come clean. And now, to his credit, he is actually being helpful as we're trying to work with the censorship regime that's in Europe, censoring, in some ways, in an indirect way, censoring American speech, while they're also shaking down American companies who aren't complying with. So, but that's what oversight will do. It'll get the facts out there, and sometimes you get real changes in behavior, which again is what we're after.
Yeah, and Musk got a lot of credit for getting GARM shut down with a lawsuit, but you guys had really softened the belly. And I'll tell you, I did a lot of media when that lawsuit was going on, and your staff was really helpful to me, briefing me on everything they knew. So thank you to that.
You guys were great, because you had felt it personally.
Yeah.
And your reporting, your broadcast, everything you were doing was so helpful too in getting this message out.
Thank you.
How bad it was. And then, of course, they had the stupid, as mentioned, the Disinformation Governance Board coming out. Then, of course, for the hearing, I always tell this story. We had a hearing where we had RFK Jr. come in. And this is while he's a Democrat. He's running for president. He comes into the hearing, and it's a hearing on censorship. The Democrats made a motion to go to executive session, which, as you know, means you kick everyone out, no press, no one else in there, and no one would get to hear what RFK Jr. was going to say in a hearing on censorship.
Yeah.
I mean, that can't make this stuff up. That's how crazy the left has become in limiting speech and attacking the First Amendment.
Yeah, amazing. Just so offensive. For those of you who might not be familiar with this story, just look up GARM at Breitbart, but it's about the Global Alliance for Responsible Media, which was receiving government funds to push online censorship, especially to outlets like Breitbart, and to basically lead advertising boycotts to try to starve outlets like ours of resources. And that was the main point. And they did it with, of course, the Orwellian acting like they're the ones who are focused on disinformation. No, they were the ones who were trying to prevent the truth from getting out because it was harmful to their agenda. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were telling companies, do not advertise on Breitbart. That'll be a reputational risk to your brand.
That's right.
Go ahead and advertise on CNN, who for 4 years told us Joe Biden was just fine. There's no problem here. And now, of course, the guy who was telling us that then writes a book saying, oh, he wasn't fine. I mean, that's how ridiculous it was. You guys were given the truth. Oh, that's a reputational risk. People who were misleading Americans, you can advertise it. I mean, that's how wrong these people were.